KARIMEN Practice Test Examination Number 8. When the signal ahead is indicated in red with a blue arrow at the same time, the car may proceed in the direction of that arrow. True. On roads with this sign, vehicles traveling in the rightmost lane cannot turn left, but can go straight. False. Only vehicles are allowed on roads with this sign. False. Even if the automobile liability insurance certificate has expired, you may drive a car as long as you have a vehicle inspection certificate with the expiration date remaining. False. This sign is a pedestrian crossing available sign. False. On roads with two-lane vehicle traffic zones on one side, as a rule, traffic shall pass on the left side of the road. True. A roadside strip is an edge, strip of a road without a sidewalk, demarcated by a white line, for pedestrian traffic and to maintain the utility of the roadway. True. Helmets must be worn when operating large or ordinary motorcycles, but there is no obligation to wear a helmet when operating a motorized bicycle, and helmets are worn when necessary. False. When attempting to make a right or left turn, you must always slow down. True. The distance between cars should be such that if the car in front stops suddenly, it will not rear-end the car. True. On unpaved roads without a center line, drivers can drive in the center of the road except when there is oncoming traffic. False. This sign indicates the center of the road on roads without a center line. False. Motor vehicles and motorized bicycles are not allowed on the roads marked with the signs shown in the figure. True. A large motorcycle license can be obtained at the age of 16. False. Those who incite violations such as joint dangerous acts will have their licenses revoked even if they are not driving. True. The maximum speed for 250cc motorcycles on public roads is 50 km per hour unless otherwise specified by signs or markings. False. The traffic light in front was red, but the traffic light on the side changed to red, so I slowed down and sent out a signal. False. A bus for commuting to school stopped for boarding and alighting, so I checked for safety and continued on moving forward. False. You must drive slowly where this sign is located. False. When passing through an intersection with poor visibility with traffic signals, you must slow down. False. When driving a car and making a right turn, slow down and go around just outside the center of the intersection. False. This sign indicates that crossing and turning are prohibited. False. When a traffic light changes from green to yellow at an intersection while driving, even if you can safely stop at the stop sign, you may continue on because it is a yellow light. False. Large special motor vehicles, large freight vehicles, and regular freight vehicles with a maximum load capacity of 3 tons or more are not allowed on roads with such signs. True. When an emergency vehicle approaches, the driver must stop at any location and allow the emergency vehicle to pass first. False. The signal to change course shall be given 30 meters before the point of the intended change of course. False. Although the road ahead was very congested, I entered the bicycle crossing zone and stopped within the zone. False. When passing through a bicycle crossing zone, you must always slow down. False. When a person with a guide dog or a person in a wheelchair is passing, you must pause or slow down. True. When applying the brakes, it is best not to intermittently depress the brake pedal as this is linked to the brake light and will confuse following vehicles. False. Because I was driving an automatic transmission car downhill, I changed to a lower gear, such as second, 2, or low, 1, and utilized the engine brake. True. Cars with such markings are novice drivers, so be careful when passing them. False. While driving ahead, the two-wheeled vehicle gave a signal as shown in the figure. This is a signal to turn left. False. Since I was driving in a place where I didn't know the road, I watched the car navigation system for safety and drove while checking the road. False. For road practice with a provisional license, beginner driving signs must be attached to the front and back of the car. False. When overtaking, the distance between the vehicle and the vehicle in front of the vehicle to be overtaken should be as short as possible before overtaking. False. Do not stop or park by a traffic signal in areas with such indications. False. Since the child seat itself has the effect of softening the impact, changes in the location or method of installation will not particularly affect the effectiveness of the child seat. False. When backing up, reversing a car, drive while checking in the mirrors. False. Overtaking a light vehicle traveling ahead of you between the crosswalk or bicycle crossing zone and 30 meters in front is possible. True. 1 is a supplementary sign indicating the beginning and 2 indicates the end. True. Driving long distances is tiring and requires a break every 2 hours or so. True. Stopping distance of a car equals braking distance plus running distance. True. This sign indicates that there is an intersection with a traffic light ahead. False. Since the Certificate of Insurance for Compulsory Automobile Liability Insurance, CALI, is an important document, it should be kept in a safe place, such as at home, so as not to lose it. False. Throwing cigarette ashes and butts out of car windows is not a good idea, but there are no specific penalties. False. In the case shown in the figure, the car behind can overtake the car in front when safety checks are in place. True. When confronted with such a signal, motor vehicles, motorized bicycles, and light vehicles may proceed in the direction of the arrow. False. While passing in front of an intersection marked as shown in the figure, an emergency vehicle approached the intersection and, instead of obeying the traffic sign, pulled over to the left side of the intersection and stopped temporarily. True. When driving, confirm whether there are people close to the car. True. KARIMEN practice test examination number 8. When the signal ahead is indicated in red with a blue arrow at the same time, the car may proceed in the direction of that arrow. True. On roads with this sign, vehicles traveling in the rightmost lane cannot turn left, but can go straight. False. Only vehicles are allowed on roads with this sign. False. Even if the automobile liability insurance certificate has expired, you may drive a car as long as you have a vehicle inspection certificate with the expiration date remaining. False. This sign is a pedestrian crossing available sign. False. On roads with two-lane vehicle traffic zones on one side, as a rule, traffic shall pass on the left side of the road. True. A roadside strip is an edge, strip of a road without a sidewalk, demarcated by a white line, for pedestrian traffic and to maintain the utility of the roadway.